some free live universal clearings. So when you just watch the video and you feel the vibration and you listen with an open heart and an open mind, you're able to see life in a different perspective. So again, we thank you so much for being here. Please hit the like and subscribe button for more free videos. You get to know every time we go live, so you can ask your questions and express whatever you want for free.
Now, please understand, it does not matter what religion you are in, nor does it matter what foundation you are from. You will not figure this out. It's beyond your senses, and unless you experience it, all you can ever do is talk. Our job is to display a certain law and letting you see it. So we will go into teachings unless someone comes in and asks a question. Now remember, there's no question that's wrong except the temperament that you put into it to emotionally break you down. So let's look at the night, and we're starting off with Hanuman. Where is it in your life that you need to become a spiritual warrior? So what does that truly mean? It does not matter what anyone else says, and you will know the truth. It's very important. The next is the cosmic bond. What have you created in your life that you are either prospering or you're in your own pain body? See, cosmic bond. It doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter how you practice. It's the cosmic bond will not give you this thing that says you're a bad person, you're gonna burn in hell, you're no good. Do you ever see the groups of people that are together, that are their life, their relationship is horrible. They're cheating on each other. They can't pay their bills. They're running around. Their cosmic bond is off. So, Mama Lamba, that's something that we have when you look at it. You know, protection is always there. The fear of others really embed inside the self. A blank card. This is beautiful for tonight. So anybody that is going through anything, just understand that, imagine someone can go to you and say, anything you did, you're resolved. You're okay. Start off new. Start off right now. The inner child, very important after you're restarting your life. Very important. throughout your whole life. Where are there parts that you forgot, you cannot remember? And when you get older, sometimes when you're with family or your parents or your grandparents or your friends, you'll be like, well, I remember so-and-so did this to me. Well, that's beautiful, but at the end of the day, sometimes how you feel and what you think you saw sometimes is wrong. So the inner child is there to protect you in a way. If you go someplace and someone tells you you're not this religion or you don't practice this, and they have every cure in the book, but they can't fix their finances, their health, or anything else. That's normal. Well, that's a bunch of nonsense. So be careful of people disrupting your inner child, because then your strength will be weakened. If you're going through something right now in life, most people ask for help, but when you go to give it to people for free, it's a funny thing. I didn't have time. I wasn't notified at the right time. Is that really true, or is that just falsification of oneself? If you want it, you would go. You would attend. You would be there. So let's really get into teaching of the 10K Yoga, but you must experience the consciousness. Once you experience the consciousness, you're going to understand, you're going to go different degrees of opening into an understanding that we all reach by ridding the fears.
We have a message from an email. Caleb in North Carolina just wanted some general knowledge about relationships. He said briefly he was struggling in a marriage where he was in a relationship with this woman, and they're not sure, and he's not sure if they can proceed, whatever that means. Let us pull some cards for Caleb.
Okay, here we go. So we clear the teachings, and then we put it in the light. And some of you are not going to know what that means. So the first card is the lotus. So any advice, especially when you go to psychics, and no one's saying that everybody's phony or anything else. One session, someone's going to tell you this is no good for you, that person's no good, don't bother with this. Really? For $27.95 or $69.95? And then you get so fulfilled in your own nonsense. A true mentor will sit down with the both of you. So there's a lotus flower. And that means that there is strength there, there's ways to grow. And there's also balance. The thing is that you're being so fulfilled with everybody else, and you and her are really looking at money instead of a whole. You're segregating what you do and what you bring in for money, and you're causing your own fight. there's a blank card there also. So you want to really grow in your own relationship with your inner child, and both of you weed through the weeds that are suffocating your grass.
We have an all-seeing eye protection as well. Basically means that every relationship that has been experienced, whether it was romantic, sexual, intact inside of a coworker balance, there needs to be a sort of grounding within your own self. And then the innate knowledge of someone else, that's the whole point of a relationship. It is a balance of sharing. And this can be done with any person. So if you say it's not possible, then you're only as good as your thought. If you want to continue, then you have to both come to an understanding that's going to be great. It is two souls coming together as one in all these different situations. Now, if it continues and there's pain and there is endless non-understanding, then a decision has to be made to change. And that doesn't really mean what everyone says, like someone's telling you to break up and go be with another person or be in more relationships or talk to more people, yada, yada, yada. It's the peace within inside of you that is going to fulfill not only what you're searching for and a so mate, but also within yourself. It is a journey. If you have someone that understands you in a harmonious way, there could always be forgiveness. But the forgiveness must start within the self. So protection above, beneath, to the left and right, in front and back, and all around, it's as good as you recognizing the gratitude that you're alive right now.
All right, so we're going to continue, and we're going to go into the next teaching. Another blank card. That's beautiful.
Clean slate.
And, wow, we're having a good night tonight. Wholeness. So, guys, there is always wholeness in a state of light that has nothing to be done. It already is. Now, if I go like this, I'm covering this, but in reality, I already saw this come down. See, I already saw it get placed down. When you cover it, I can see a part of it. I can recognize it. That's why we tell you most people do not get certified in our system, because it takes years. We do not need this. This was given to us as tools to help other people see through artwork, because the world was designed with symbols and art. Even money, a courthouse, a school, you will know what it is, even McDonald's. So this has nothing to do with one religion, and I do my readings. Well, that's a bunch of nonsense. This will help you awaken to a true understanding where you will logically look at spirituality instead of your nonsense fluff movie that you create. Because some of you are doing spirituality, but you're really hurting yourself by lying to yourself. Now, that might seem like it's rude to say, but that's someone's choice.
And this goes back into the inner child. And also, do you see a future for yourself, truly? The answer should be yes. You're in this life to accomplish. So we have ancient winds, Because whatever the programming was when you were a child, maybe it was a story that was made up to make you feel better. Maybe someone lied to you and you grew up thinking a certain way, and then finally it's not the truth. So of course there's going to be a shift.
So let's identify this. You get a person and you say, well, were your parents good to you and everything? Never lied, never this, never that. No one ever lied to me and I am this person. Really? Did you believe in Santa Claus when you were little? Oh, yes. And then after that, so someone lied to you. Wow. So you're telling me that when you were a teen, you were heavy, but your mother told you you weren't, but somehow that caused you to gain more weight. Now you're angry because you said your mother made you overeat. Really? Really? So we got to relieve obstacles. And when you look at this card, some people get scared. If you ever look at people that are so intelligent, but they're just a puppet in their own society of what they want to say. I am this religion, that's the only way. I don't believe this. You're not doing it right. You're not doing this. I am doing it right, and I am the only one that is doing it right. God is going to make you suffer. Really? Wow, you're in a theater. You might as well write movies. Guys, we're here at a new beginning. If you're watching this, you can actually heal a lot of parts of yourself by opening your heart and telling the truth. Now, we get a lot of stuff from healers that are scared to go on the call or a video because someone's going to see that they went on and they really need help. You can email us personally. You can call us. And sometimes, even though you're saying or making a statement, let's do something, a new beginning. Let's do something for healers or business people. This is a blessing, and it's also a teaching. So we have a new beginning. So whatever you're doing, you need this. You need this. Don't look at it as the metaphysical statement. Look at it as scientific and an understanding of what it does. How does it affect your money, your DNA? And how can you change this through this?
And knowing that even every part of the intuition and whatever someone calls as a gift, their purpose to help the world, it is all connected. Like we said, these 10K Yod Tarot cards are just a tool. Just like someone uses a magnifying glass to look closer or a crystal to magnify energy, the way we created this is so when you see the designs, you see the cards and the colors, it's supposed to be quick and different and helping you new realizations that, okay, I went through everything in life, but right now I'm here, so let's have the gratitude for myself and the world. And that's the gift, because it's the gift of the soul that shines outward, the heart that beats, connected to the electromagnetism of who you are. That is a huge part of you. Your heart is a battery. It fuels everything.
So we're here and we're doing a blessing. So whatever you've been going through, we got to know that you need a new beginning. Okay, here it is.
Right now.
Right now. What else you need? We got to use this, and however you want to label it. If you want to label it, I'm this religion and I don't believe this, well, then there's no belief inside of you, inside of logic. So everything happens for a reason. So identify that whatever has happened to you, happened to you.
It's done.
If it keeps happening, that means you're out of nature. And you will have obstacles and repeats in life until you learn from the episode that you're going through. See? So it happened. Now you got to get your anger, greed, jealousy, hatred will make this act out. And also sometimes get you sick by your own voice. You'll say you're irritated with everybody else and you're doing the greatest thing and this, but then you're jealous of this person got this person got that. You got a little anger, greed, jealousy, or hatred. Let's clear it.
And beyond even caring what someone else says or what someone else does, what really matters is the internal habits within inside of you. Are you really putting yourself down for every little thing for no reason? It is just a habit. You can either express hatred or you can express love. And you want to express something in joy. And how do you express it? Are you aggressive? Are you trying to express something in a way where it's passive aggressive? Or are you confidently expressing the truth of who you are? These are the questions you have to ask yourself.
Tony from the Boogie Down Bronx. That's the way he wrote it. From the Boogie Down Bronx. All right, Tony. I am tired of everybody's nonsense. Sometimes I feel like ripping someone apart, but I know it won't do any good. I noticed in your videos, sometimes we do see you, but most of the time it is focused on what you are doing. Can you explain that to me and help me understand a new way? Well, first off, if you're on video showing you, that's nice, but you want to take the focus off of you most of the time. Some people that do spiritual work or anything else, no, I want them to see me, I am this, I am that. No, that's the ego. Inside our understanding, we teach a little differently because it doesn't matter who's behind it, it matters on what you're receiving. So right now is, why do we do this? Well, number one, if someone is watching you or has hatred or wants to hold on to anything from you, there's nothing they can hold on to as a picture of you. Even though they see pictures of you, they're going to do some sort of, I'm doing this and doing that, and tomorrow I'm doing a beef stew that you're going to eat, and when you eat it, you're going to fall in love, and it's going to stop this and that. Be careful. So why am I saying that? Most people on Facebook and Instagram that you're watching are full of it. Just full of it. And you're getting angry at an unrealistic thing that they're just showing you their good times. They're not showing you their true understanding. Everything's so great. And they got millions of followers. But for $49.95, you can buy 1,000 followers, and they allow that. Why would you even do that? So there's some people out there with millions of followers that maybe they spent $200-300. Doesn't do any good. It makes people think, oh my God, look at this. So the reason why we do what we do is because our system is beyond your senses. Totally different, where you will activate every label that people will say, depending on the years that you are in our system. You'll pick up everything, psychic, animal, healing. Everybody be different with plants. And when we identify it through the tools that we use, you will prosper. So everybody needs lemons, unless you're allergic to lemons. If you're allergic to lemons, wow, you got a lot of things going on, some people. But if you can take lemon, even a lemon around you, a crayon, a tea, anything of that in that color, or just saying lemon, 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 lemon. Some of you say, oh my God, I don't understand this. This doesn't make any sense. I don't understand the system. I'm not healing in any way. Really? Stop complaining. Stop it. Cleanse yourself with the lemons. Cleansing with the lemons. Oof. Guys, we're at another stage right now. If you're still here listening, you're traveling through your own tunnel. Now, it's your choice if you continue to indulge a little bit in your negativity. It's your choice. Or you're going to walk through it. What's an example? Most of you that are healers are helping people, and then people come back to you and they, well, I wasted this money, I did this, I did that, I didn't get what I wanted, I didn't get that. But everybody wants to sit back and automatically become famous. It's your effort. What are you doing inside of you? And any teacher will teach you. Yes, you can pay for something, but the true understanding is getting into the frequency beyond your senses that will guide you to do what you need to do. But if you don't do anything, you'll be playing the same story.
And this is where the balance of technology comes into play, because yes, there is a toxicity to what people compare and judge and assume and then argue within their own selves about something that may or may not be real. We're in an age where yes, we need to utilize modern conveniences in order to be ourselves in a way. But you also have to understand, going back to the natural aspect of treating yourself with the medicine of the earth, the medicine of the brain and the mind, exercise, eating right, being who you truly are, and expressing, whether it is online or not, but if it doesn't fulfill you, then you need to quit a certain habit. So there's always a growth and accumulation of what we need to do, and you shouldn't be afraid, and you shouldn't let fear get in the way if it's not your fear. It could be just a frequency you picked up by looking at something. This is what online is. It is a program. So are you filling your mind with programs that are making you feel good? This is the question.
And you have to look at when you're in groups and what are you doing? At the end of the day, if You're stressing about what people are saying and what you're doing, and you're running around, but in reality you can't get yourself together and you're making another excuse and another excuse. That's really just you. You're targeting your own self. So you got to be very careful of the target you place and never place it on your own self.
And you need to have a clear focus of achievements that you wish to achieve for your own self, for your mate, for your family, your loved ones. And your family may not be your blood-related family, it's your chosen family as well, soul family, some might say. So get rid of the programming. Understand influences in your life. Hear no evil can mean a lot of things.
Hear no evil. All of you are into this big thing of my family or my group, my this.
Bloodline, ancestral, pedigree.
But in reality, what is a person? And if you're identifying to a part of you that is more than just you, I am this and I am that. Okay. So because you're this, that makes you better than someone else? That doesn't make sense. Because you said God is this way, just because we heard it from you, that's the logical way? Or you're going to burn, or you need to go repent and act this, so you're just fearful. You're petrified. You're emotional. That's okay. That's great. But if you look at religion in a different way, as much respect to all, and you can learn from everything, but where are the lies and what has never changed? And only a few out of that got through, but when you look at the many of, that is okay. But how can one be able to face another without putting a name, a label, or a religion?
Total clearing so you can move on and do whatever you need to do in the next moment. It has to be a decision.
And it's nothing against anybody's religion. Just find the falseness that you were lied to. And if you can't identify that, and you want to hold on to that you are punished forever, yeah, that's a little wild. It's a little wild. So, look at that. See no evil. But what is evil backwards? Or how do we? It's live. How do you live? Don't act out. Evil. Just listen to it. Evil. Violence. Evidence. Ooh, kind of funny with words. Most of you are attached to words. That's why you emotionally go crazy when someone just mentions a word.
Evolution. So along with understanding the divine forces of nature, humanity and Earth's position in this universe is very, very minuscule. So it's like a chance. But then you also have to evolve your mindset, just like there are theories of science And science is proof in an aspect where it's good with anatomy, biology, how people and animals and plants are spreading, either being eradicated or sustained. So how are we going back into unifying everything? You can really just be grateful for being here now. It is but beautiful miracle that you can breathe beautiful air. Because if you didn't have air, then you wouldn't be here now. None of us would. So, going into a higher power with a consciousness through color vibration.
How many of you say you need money right now? Well, what do you need money for? You gotta go buy a new sneaker, a purse, a car, a house, and get overpayments in your bills and think that's gonna satisfy you, or you can't get ahead? Well, first you gotta love to pay bills. You need a balance. You don't look at what you're doing, you look at what you're giving. Most of you are in jobs that you don't want to be. Or some of you are in jobs that you never really took a whole risk. You're holding on to something. Well, I'll do spiritual reading 2-3 hours a night, and that will be it after my job, and no one can reach me because I'm booked. So you're lying. Okay, makes sense. Does it? Really? You have no confidence. Someone took it away from you, trying to knock your dreams. So in order to make peace, you need to identify, what do you do? I tell a lot of people when they do stuff, just say, I'm an artist. So the island and speak no evil. The island and speak no evil. When you combine that together, you get a double pressure. And then you take the money and you go 3 degrees higher, and then you bring in the yin and yang. From there, we've got to watch one thing, your fiery spirit. What tempts you to act up and argue? What's the repetition in your life? I tell most readers, be careful of what you tell us, because you can create your own hell when you lie, because it's your own lies. But we won't tell you you lie. We'll give you the chance to shift and change what is needed. So your fiery spirit is always around. Someone calls you up. If you're a practitioner or a healer, here's the blank card for it to clear. Someone calls you up and tells you that they need a reading. Okay, when you're ready to book. I got this available, let's go. Well, you know, I need to get back, I need to do, oh, you just want information. No, I'm really looking for work, I'm really doing this, and then they go through all this speech because they're trying to figure something out. A bunch of nonsense. Let them be on their way. But in the meantime, try to help them identify that they're really just chasing nonsense. Chasing nonsense. Now, everything in life people think are competition. But in reality, why are there some hotels that charge $15,000 a night? Maybe you won't go there, but how do they survive? Buddha mind. And that could be Christ consciousness, Krishna consciousness, The Buddha mind is not just Buddha itself, but you got to get past your own warning. A warning does not mean a bad card. It just goes to tell you that you will constantly repeat something in life. And sometimes that can consume you. You don't want it to consume you. So, rules. Say someone is very religious and all this. Well, you need a blank card. When you're talking to them, identify, but at the end of the day, you don't have to act a certain way just because you're around that person. And if you act a certain way and they see you acting this way, well, you want to be funny, then be a phony. That doesn't do anything. The person's supposed to, even if they're practicing a religion, you need to have a blank slate so you can sit down and actually talk to each other and identify how both of you can grow. If not, let the person be. Now, OAT is going to explain this because the road can go millions of different places.
Yes, well, let's look at the card first. You have a pathway, like an asphalt road. Most of you drive cars, I bet, or you walk it. There is day and there is night, and there is also rainbow lights. Plus, on the sides, you see many different things, a wall, buildings, maybe they hold people. So when you choose the road, it just means the road of life. You are traveling and you have to keep going. Why do you want to go back? Why do you want to stop to see and be distracted? And then you see right in the middle of the road, you can travel that. Where the day meets the night, where the balance inside of you, you're not putting yourself down for the things that you've been through, but you acknowledge it, and you can use that as a reassurance that strength, that I'm strong, that I can overcome it because it has happened before. And the road is also realizing that every past life, some would say, every other life that is interacting in this life, you had to make peace with something. You always have to make peace with yourself because every day you're creating realities and you got to get through the illusion. You got to have the gratitude. Can you forgive yourself? Can you love everything you see? Love the natural world. It will give back to you. And then inside the natural world, we have the black tourmaline, which is for the balance and also whatever you need to fulfill and nurture you. Nurture you. Nurture you emotionally, physically, and spiritually, where your higher self is always speaking love to you. And whatever internal dialogue is negative is just from a past memory. And how fast you let go is going to depend on the growth and how far and fast you grow, because there's always time being spent. But what's the time being spent? Enjoy.
So a lot of people look at money as, I do this because I can make it fast, I can do this, I can make a fast buck, I can do this, I can do that, and I don't do this, and I don't bother with this, I don't bother with that. You're a little confused. Why were you not able to succeed? Because someone in your life programmed you for their failure that they did, and they put it on you to attack you. It's the world. It's nasty sometimes. So let's focus on our inner child, that we love ourselves. If you are going through something and really need a reading, we will give it to you. You will not get it in person if you have not went through a reading with us. On top of that, we're not here to accommodate you in any way that you say, oh, you're too expensive, so-and-so charges this. That's a bunch of your own nonsense. The price is the price. If you can't have it, you attend all these things, attend the shows, write in, and things will be answered. But sometimes when we, not sometimes, it's all the time when we go through a clearing with you, you gotta understand, some of you are running around to all these spiritual people and you're just taking in all their drama around them and the crowds of them. Not with all of them. So don't try to twist any words around anyone. That will not happen. That's not an ego. It's just letting you identify you are you, but it's supposed to be about us. It's like when you get a house. Oh, I built it from scratch and it's brand new. It's a house and it was my idea and then I got the developer. No, you had millions of people build that house, down to the pipes, down to the sinks, and the people in the factories that made that sink, and then it got shipped to a store, and someone from the store had to put it on the shelf. That's close to almost 250,000 people just before you got it in your house. Get a grip on life and start to grip it right. Understand and be thankful.
Understand true energy is everything. Don't care about if someone is talking about someone else or if they're gossiping about you, and really limit what you speak if it is not at a high vibration. You're in control of the frequencies you allow in your life, and you have to make sure that there is strength and you are coming to a truth of the matter, because the truth will always be revealed. And it is how you feel about yourself at the end of the day with the intuitive gifts that you have been blessed with, because yes, that is a truth. But with great power does come great responsibility to the world and also to yourself, that you're not going to go through what you went through yourself, because everything that's happening to you is within.
And
you can't blame.
If you are looking to start to learn, put down a lot of the books. They will help and aid you, but they will also create a lot of clutches and listening and running around all different places. You could do anything you want, but a true teacher is going to teach you, go into all your thoughts and really ask yourself, are they true? And every time you have a negative thought, then you wonder why you experience something negative the next day. It was going so great, and this happened. Well, what did you go to bed? How did you go to bed? Did you choose the correct path? You got to choose the correct path. And know that the light will bring you to the correct path. And even if you think that it was wrong, it's a learning lesson to teach you not to go through it again. We love you.
This is suryasolsun. I'm OAT.
Yaakov.
We're here where the sun always shines. Puerto Rico, worldwide, to infinity and beyond, and back to zero again.
If you need a reading, be honest, make a call, and if you can't, send an email, and we will direct it in one of the next questions. But if you attend this, you will learn a lot. join the new school. Join the tribe.
Take care. We love you. Puerto Rico.